This is the fastest way to get better at making espresso. Let's talk about manual espresso machines from Flair and how they help you learn to make better espresso. Today, we are taking a look at a line of Flair manual espresso machines. We're gonna take the time to unbox each one of these machines, let you know what you're getting. Before we get into all of that, I just wanna talk about what makes these machines so special. Manual espresso machines mean you are pulling the lever and that your own force is what is making the coffee brew. The big distinction between this and a semi-automatic espresso machine is that those machines have pumps that are gonna be driving the coffee, and with these, it is just you. I really like the feeling of brewing manual espresso. It just makes it feel more alive and engaging and is a really fun way to mindfully make coffee in the morning. Be sure to stick around to find out which is my personal favorite. The first machine we're going to take a look at is the Flair Neo Flex manual espresso maker. This is a big favorite of mine just because A, it's the most affordable, so being able to get espresso at a more approachable price point is always important to me. One of the big perks of this machine is that it comes with its traveling case, so you can take your espresso on the road, which is super nice. Excellent. Everything is cut in the case so it'll travel really nicely and pack up again when you're on the road. Main body of the machine fits right over top. Grabbing the last couple elements here and then we'll talk through everything. All right, breaking down everything that we got here. Of course, this is the main body of the brewer. This is gonna be how we brew our espresso. Coming up here, we have attached our pressurized brew chamber. Just gonna loosen that out there. This is a really useful tool if you're using a grinder that can't quite get to espresso fine. It'll help control the flow of water, making sure that your coffee turns out good. It also comes with Flair's standard brewing pressurized basket. So if you have a better grinder, this is probably the one I'd recommend. Setup is super straightforward. Set this on top here, and then we're just going to prime all of our things. A couple more tools. So to prime our brew chamber, we're gonna get that all the way down and open. Set this into place. And then we are ready to brew our coffee. From the daily workflow of everything, you're going to be putting your coffee in that middle chamber, and once everything's prepped and tamped, we are going to brew straight on through. I really like this machine a lot. All right, now let's talk about the Flair Classic. This is a really fun iteration in their line because it just feels really nice to interact with. While this machine is small like the Neo Flex, it has a full metal build. Going all the way around again. Very similar case layout here with our base on one side and our main brewing element on the other. This one does require a little bit more assembly, so just be ready for that if you're taking this one on the go. Putting my base in place. And then we are getting out the main body of the brewer next. This slides right on in. And then to secure it, we're going to use our quick bolt assembly here. The bolts just secures our main brewing tower right in the bottom, included wrench, so that way we can just get everything secured in. Excellent. Just like with the Neo Flex, we have our brew chamber. This is gonna be a really straightforward implement. Essentially, coffee's gonna go in here. We'll put our shower screen in after we've tamped and prepared. This model of the Flair Classic has been updated. So from Flair's recommendations, you don't actually need to preheat this anymore. This really streamlines the process using a Flair manual espresso machine, being able to just get right into brewing rather than steam each element and get it up to temperature is really nice. I also really love included with this machine this tiny little tamper. I think that it's super fun. It actually has a nice heavy feel to it. I really enjoy this thing a lot. So we'll finish getting everything together and see the machine in its glory. And just like that, we are ready to brew with the Flair Classic. Straight on down. I like the included pressure gauge with this Flair Classic. It gives you a lot more feedback than the smaller gauge on the Neo Flex for how you are doing with your drink's profile. Just right on through. Coffee. The brewer on these machines acts as the portafilter. So with the coffee in that middle chamber there, you would be brewing and all the way ready to go. And it is possible to do shots back to back. Now, I want to give a word of caution here. The brewer is going to be hot and our base chamber is going to be quite hot. So handling it by the rubber and really gently taking everything apart. This is where we would remove this and remove the coffee grounds that are in the lower chamber here. And then to prep our brewer, we've got our stand where we're going to raise this up to its highest position to get it ready for the next shot of espresso. Ready to go. I'd compare the workflow on using one of these Flair machines like using a mocha pot, where yes, you can go back to back, but since it's hot, you gotta be careful with it. But once you're ready and got everything all in order, the machine can keep going as long as you're ready to interact with it. And the last Flair machine we're gonna be looking at was actually the first espresso machine I had at home. This is the Flair 58 manual espresso machine, and it's something that's really special. I got the very first version of it. It's been improved since then, and they've really worked out the ways to power and keep the machine preheated, and I really enjoy brewing on it. One of my favorite things is just everything manual. You can really feel the brewing process, and it's just a pleasure to brew on. At the beginning of this, we talked about how this is the fastest way to learn espresso, and I really believe that, in that this is fully everything that you need to do for espresso. So being mindful of grind size, flow rate, temperature control. This machine exposes everything for that whole process, which helps you learn those fundamentals and get them down really solid, so that way you can be more creative with your coffee brewing. Now we gotta get this guy all together. Being the biggest machine in the Flair line, this one requires a little more assembly. So starting off with attaching our main part of our machine to the base here. Just gonna get these finger tight real quick, and then I'll tighten in with the wrench. It's important that these are secure, as this is the primary thing holding your machine together while you brew. So you want these in properly. Securing in our pressure reader, and then we are going to get this attached to the main body of our brewer. So right now I'm disengaging the latch on our hook here, so that way this will open up, and then getting this back in space so that way our brew lever will stay locked in. Now that we got it all set up, let's talk about everything that we're seeing here. First off, the Flair 58 has this like ultra premium feel to it. Every part is nice and heavy. The action of the lever feels really good to interact with. One of the things that drew my attention to this machine in the first place was the commercial standard 58mm portafilter. This opens up a lot of the potential for high-level accessories, as well as just that subtle adjustment required for working on a 58mm machine. Because they are wider and shallower, you need to be really attuned to how your coffee is ground and every step of preparation to be sure your shot pulls perfectly. I really like the updates to the power system, how it can more easily plug and unplug from the brew unit, and the separate components just feel better in the updates with this newest version of the machine. Now that we're all ready, I'm gonna walk through my preparation process to be sure I get a good shot of espresso using this machine. I'm gonna start by measuring my dose of coffee. We're gonna be brewing up the Natural from Black and White Coffee Roasters. This is one of my favorite like evergreen coffees that also has this super fruity front end and is a great medium to light roast espresso. For my espresso doses, I like to updose just a little bit, right at about 20 grams of coffee. I love the bellows on single dose hoppers just to get that last bit out. So from here, we're gonna get everything set up like normal. Get that unlocked there. Transition straight to our 58 millimeter portafilter and do the prep that you like. If you use a WDT, you can use that here. We're gonna keep things a little bit simpler today and just distribute using a wedge distributor. Tamp. And then I always like to do our Dairy Queen test. Be sure that your puck stays in the portafilter. It's an indicator that you've tamped with enough strength. And then a very necessary part of using a Flair is using their brew screen here. This is going to double as the shower screen since there's not one integrated into the unit. From here, now that we've got everything set up, I'm actually going to lower my lever to its lowest position. And this is when I add my water to my brew chamber. We're gonna be brewing with water at 205 Fahrenheit. That'll be 96 Celsius. And now from here, we gently raise this up, and that's going to pull the water into the brewing chamber so that way we are primed and ready to brew. Moving my scale to underneath my portafilter. And here we go. My goal during the brewing process is that I'm going to try and keep my brewing pressure between 6 and 9 bars of espresso, or of pressure, so that way we can brew espresso. And I'm gonna have my brew take about 30 seconds. Nice. You get to really influence how fast your espresso comes out by how hard you push. If you want to do a longer shot, just slow down your pressure and lower it just a little bit. Excellent. And there's my 1:2 ratio with 40 grams. Bringing this back up. And before I unlock my portafilter, something that I like to do is I grab another cup and put it right here to get the last water out. And this just helps keep my kitchen tidy more than anything else. This last little bit of water is not going to taste too good, but now when I unlock my portafilter, we're going to have a no extra drops, no extra mess. Release is nice and easy. Trying out our coffee. Yum, that's a really, really good espresso. Do you own one of these machines, or are you looking to add one to your coffee bar? Let us know in the comments. By the way, if you want to stay up to date on new product releases, fun recipes, coffee education videos, be sure to sign up for our email newsletter.